My name's Peter, and for the last 14 years, every year, this town of Three Rivers has gotten together and put on this event. We call it Hero Appreciation Months, although every time we say that, firefighters and law enforcement just beat us over the head because they keep saying they're not heroes, but to us, you are.
You definitely are.
So the short summary is that from the months, January 1st through March 31st, pretty much the whole town of Three Rivers, all the businesses get together and they issue you, it's called a thank you card. And if you don't have one, we kind of ran out. You can pick one up at the lodging places in town. Just to make it a little clearer, for instance, the cider mill participates, and you can use the card here. And if you're here with your family and there's, let's say it's a small family, there's 5 of you, it's 20% off the whole ticket, not just for you.
Yeah, so you're the special person and it's the whole table.
And the card is good from January 1st to March 31st. In addition to that, we like to recognize people who have helped make things better for the folks in Three Rivers and surrounding areas, and we have these little celebrations. And the first celebration of the year is always Firefighter and EMS, and the reason is January is sort of your quieter months. And that's when you do all your training and you run and hide and spend time with your family. So we drag you out here and feed you. So we have that, and in February it's law enforcement, and in March it's armed forces. And by the way, it's present and former, current and former people. So if you at one point in your life were a firefighter and now are no longer a firefighter, you still qualify. We always have family-friendly events. And this year's family-friendly event is going to be the 11th year,
I think.
something like that. It is the last Saturday in March. It will be the 11th annual bathtub race on Lake Kauai. If you have not participated in it, you need to get together 5 people as a team, and we bring you all the supplies, including a 250-pound cast iron bathtub with holes in it, and you have 3 hours with your team with the equipment we provide to make that into a floatable boat, and you race on the lake. And the winner, or whichever one is the last to sink, depending on the year, will win the prize, and this last year's prize was $1,400 to donate to your charity.
It's always at least 1,000, and local businesses are the sponsors. So Family Healthcare Network, Reimers, the Three Rivers Women's Club, Frank Root, he provides the insurance for us so we can do it. I'm trying to think, who am I missing?
I'm sure we're missing some people.
Yeah.
So, to move this along, because I'm sure you didn't come to listen to me, even though I like listening to me, let me introduce you to the person who will help introduce the honorees for the evening, Leah.
Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. All right. Now, who's going to go first tonight? Is it going to be County Fire or Cal Fire? What was that back there?
Cal Fire.
Cal Fire. Okay. Come on up, you guys. Yeah. You were chosen.
Okay.
All right. And I was told that you've been serving in Woodlake for a while. Is that right?
I have bounced around. I'm not in
Bounced
Woodlake
around?
anymore. So.
And now you're a captain, and you're going to be what?
Yeah,
now,
I'm
flying?
actually going to be working out of the Porterville Air Attack Base, flying. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
All
a
right.
whole different adventure.
How long have you been in the force?
Oh man, so I started in, I started as a county volunteer, PCF up here at Station 14 when, actually I was a senior in high school.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was, as soon as I turned 18, so we'll say 2000, 2001. Well, John Hangy here probably remembers me first showing up. So it actually, me and Vasquez started at the same time as PCS, volunteers up
Yeah.
here. So we went through the county academy at the same time and so forth. So yeah, so I started with the county in 2001, and then I believe I got hired the next season. So it'd be 2000. No, it would be 2002. Yes, was my first gig with Cal Fire as a seasonal firefighter working out of the Springville station. So I'm trying to remember all these dates, so bear with me, bear with me.
Pretty good.
All my time has been working with CAL FIRE in either the Tulare unit, and I did do actually 7 years in Madera for the MMU unit. And then I actually did a couple months, like 6 months, with Kings County Fire. So I did leave the state for a short bit, went to Kings County Fire. Actually, when I left Kings County Fire, that's when I went and worked for Madera, worked as an engineer in Madera County for, like I said, 7 years. Made my way back here. My first year back, I worked out of the Badger Station, kind of working relief, then ended up doing the next fire season in Three Rivers back here. Yeah, so from there I've bounced around. I did 5 years running crews at Mountain Home Conservation Camp, running the inmate cruise, which was a whole different adventure. It was an awesome experience there. Got tired of that, you know, was ready to move on, went back to Woodlake, which is my hometown, between Three Rivers and Woodlake. And then the opportunity kind of fell in my lap to be able to go to the air base. And
So what are you going to do at the air base?
so at the air base, I will actually be doing air tackle group supervisor, working as an ATGS in the air tack plane. So what that entitles is basically, the best way to explain it is a air traffic controller in the airplane. Basically giving coordinations, doing recon, organizing, directing air tanker drops, mapping, anything I can do to help. But the big thing is just coordination with the tankers and helicopters.
By way of the airplane.
Yep. So
Wow.
I'll be flying way up high and basically telling them where exactly they're to do and where the tankers need to drop and help with the ground forces. So Three Rivers has always had. I grew up in, like I said, between Woodlake. I moved up to Three Rivers in the I want to say 3rd grade. I think is when I moved up here. So yeah. I still consider Three Rivers my home. Like I said, a lot of you guys remember me as a young kid. You know, John Hangy got me in. The way I actually got introduced into the fire service was funny. When I was real young, my next door neighbor, Chris Kendrick, was actually a volunteer. John, you probably remember Chris. And he was my babysitter. And he got the okay from my parents, hey, if I'm watching the kids and there's a call, do you mind if the kids go? They'll sit in the truck. And so as a kid, that was how I was actually introduced to it.
Wow.
So, like, when I became a volunteer up here, I also worked on the ambulance with Sandy Owen, Mary Stayberg. Those were some good times,
Yeah.
adventurous times. But like I said, John was up here. He was in charge with the PCF program, got me into it. John, are you still up here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Still here. He's
I don't have plans on leaving either.
yeah, no, so it was awesome. You know, it's awesome to see John, and like I said, at the time, Izzy Brand, who worked up here for 14 years, I think, he was the engineer along with several other people that came through, but I've been able to kind of follow. He's since retired, but follow us.
And if you want to spend the night, you can use it for that.
I got plenty of family, so I guess we'll be going to dinner. Thank you very much.
Sure.
And the other thing we do every year is we ask one of the artists in town, a local artist or artisan, would they like to create a unique piece of art for the honorees? And we've had everything. We've had wood, glass, gourds, metal, everything. And this year, it's Casey Fansick. Do y'all know Casey?
Yes.
So she's a lovely watercolor artist. And so what she did, yeah, there's a little painting in here, and everyone is different. Can you see that? And then I'll show
No, it's gorgeous.
there. Look at that. In case you don't know where we are. And she wrote on the back, "Thank you for your service." She was trying to figure out how to get the hero's logo on there. The logo is officially the 3 silhouettes. It's supposed to show fire, law enforcement.
It went somewhere.
And armed forces. And it's, she said maybe next time she'll figure out how to get it on here.
How to get it on there?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
See,
Okay.
here, see the 3. So what we have there is a lady firefighter, a city cop, and a Marine, if you can tell. That's what it's supposed to symbolize. So what we did is we tucked a blank hero's card in here for you, so you'll know. And she did say thank you for your service. And your name on there.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Tulare County Fire, you're up.
All right.
Chief Charlie Norman.
Come on up, Cole.
Yay.
You only have to talk for probably 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you for putting this on. We really appreciate it. This is a great event, and it's very brief. You get to socialize more than you get to talk, so this is great. Thank you to Supervisor Crocker for coming up. We really appreciate his support from District 1. I'll be brief, and if Casey
Casey or Jeff, if you'd like to say anything about our honoree. Cole has been working for us for several years. One of the things, and I think Justin touched on it, is he's a Wood Lake High School graduate, so you know he's cool. He's got, don't shake your head, Rob. And you know, just those things you learn from athletics and school and relationships and just these small town communities. It's easy to get lost in a big area, but in a small town, everybody knows your business. It's not neighborhood watch, it's neighbor watch. And when you're doing something good, bad, or indifferent, people always know what you're doing. And Cole works on our tree mortality crew, our brush crew, which is some of the most hazardous work you can do in this age of the fire service. Taking down these trees with our 29 million dead trees in Tulare County, he's part of that 20-person crew that does that arduous, hard, dangerous work on a daily basis.
Wow.
In addition to that, he's up here in Three Rivers running calls day to day. Just a great guy. He's been able to take care of his brother since his accident, which says a lot. I mean, that's a big character for a young man. That's a lot of responsibility, and I know you appreciate it. I know the loss of your mother this year was extremely tragic, and we can really feel for that because, again, great people in the community, and it just lending to Cole's character is just, I can't say enough about it. He's just a great young man. We look forward to a long career, and I've said far too much, and you really don't have to talk for 7 minutes.
Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you to Chief Norman for all that. Means a lot to me.
So we have to do 3 more minutes now.
Extra time.
I truly do aspire to be more like him someday when I get older. Throughout the entirety of all my work, you know, everyone's really been there for me throughout everything, and I'd also like to thank all the Company 14 personnel. They've given me a lot of everything: wisdom, knowledge, skills, everything that I know today. And without all that, I wouldn't be able to obtain this award or anything like that. And I'd also like to thank everybody that helped put this thing together tonight. It means a lot to me.
You're very welcome. We really appreciate it. That's why we have this. Are your parents out there, right?
No.
No, who's out there for you?
Everybody's gone right now. Friends and family.
Friends.
Yeah.
Okay, friends and family of Cole out there. Anybody want to come up and say something about this young man? It can be funny.
Oh, please. Rob.
Come on.
Rob.
I will.
We're honoring Cole tonight, but I want to give credit to Diane and Matthew for raising 2 fine boys. And I saw them grow up, and I'm proud of both of them. I just want to give Matt and Diane the praise, because I was there and I saw the work ethics that Matthew and Diane gave the boys. And my son's out on an oil tanker, and he's the boss of men, and he kind of bossed Cole and Wyatt around a lot, and they worked real hard at home.
Good.
So
Good.
that's what I have to say.
I have a lot I could tell you about Cole, but I won't. But we'll say we're very proud of him. I got to talk to his dad earlier. And sorry he couldn't be here, but very proud of both boys. And we've seen them both grow a lot. We've seen them work their way through some mistakes. And we're still learning as we all are as we get older. Cole's done a great job with fire service. It's done him well, and he's grown into a very responsible adult, somebody that everybody should be very proud of. And we're happy to have him in our town because we need more like him that will respond with our fire service and continue the traditions that started so many years ago. So I'll be nice. And I won't say anything else.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the dirt.
Anyway, I guess you didn't get the uniform memo, huh?
No, I missed one of y'all tonight, so, but working with Cole over the past couple of years, Captain Lewis actually said it best, and said it's nice to see a clean slate of the world coming in. He's a big old sponge, wanting to learn everything, I think I said that. Anyway, just nothing but knowledge, and getting on the crew last year taught him a lot. He's been, you see a big different change from when he first came in to after the summertime. And it's just been really nice to see him grow up and be as good as the chief apparently, so, which we all aspire to.
You gotta set that bar much time.
Anyway, Cole, it's been great. It's been awesome. You just definitely deserved it. This past year's been, he's had to do a lot of growing up really fast, so he's done a good job with it. And he still shows up to the station and mop floors and ready to run calls. So it's all good.
Okay, all right, if nobody else is gonna roast him. All right. All right, once again, we have a lovely certificate from the supervisors. Our Supervisor Crocker signed it. Certificate of recognition presented to Cole Frazier for the 14th Annual Hero Appreciation Month's honoree in honor of your service as a firefighter for Tulare County Fire Department. There you go. And once again, we have the Gateway stepping up to give you a nice gift certificate. $50 from Glenn and Susan, and you can enjoy it at the restaurant or the lodge.
At the restaurant.
And we have a portrait again from Casey Fansett. And if you'll notice, each one is different. The elephant is different. Everything is different. It says Firefighter, Cole Frazier. And on the back she said, she wrote, yes, thank you for your service. There you go.
Thank you.
Isn't that lovely? Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.